everybody. This is Lisa Peterson. You can call me Pete. Um, I am gonna get back into my channel. I'm sorry I've been a little lax on doing anything, but I have spent my first winter in the trailer here in Minnesota and had quite the experience. Don't worry, everything is good. Um, But I want to quickly go over a few things, share with some stuff, and then I also want to give you the reason or some purpose behind my madness as far as having a YouTube channel and what do I have to offer, and so forth. So today is just going to be kind of a just kind of collaboration of a bunch of stuff, bringing it all together, and then from there on we'll go ahead and, you know, continue on. So, first of all, catch up. As far as the studio is concerned, the last time you saw me or heard from me was I was a little up in the air because I had found out about 2 weeks before my start date of September 1st, that the place that I was going to rent and had talked to the guy for, you know, 2 months before that, um, told me that it was no longer available 2 weeks before. So, of course, I had appointments scheduled and everything, so I was panicked. To say the least, but so anyway, I was in at the library because that's where one of my sisters works, and was whining, carrying on about this, and a fellow citizen here in Wyndham came up to me and said, "Hey, have you thought about maybe getting a hold of Ivan Harris?" So I did, and it was within days that I had a place. So, been kind of busy doing that, just getting myself back into just a steady eddy as far as work is concerned, so that people know that that I'm here, that I am doing artwork, and that I actually have a place to do it at. So I want to quickly go through. So instead of starting September 1st, I started October 1st. And by November, things were, started to come together. And then the holiday season happened. And, that's just another whole area of my industry. Anyway, so I started October of 2021 in my new place, Bernie's Old Barbershop, downtown Wyndham. Um, I am still, well, I'll get to that anyway. First of all, something that I say almost monthly in the shop is falls onto customer appreciation and, keeping my head on straight as far as, being a creator. So I often say when people are like, throwing a lot of praise and good things towards me, this is what I usually say. Uh, Thank you, first of all, for believing in me, let alone letting me, do your artwork and be your artist. But here's the thing. We wouldn't know who Leonardo da Vinci is, or Van Gogh, or Michelangelo, or we wouldn't know Mona Lisa painting. We wouldn't know Starry Night painting. We wouldn't know the Sistine Chapel, for instance. If these artists had just been doing their thing, but the reason why we do know them is because of the kings and queens and the aristocrats that um, patronized those artists. In other words, paid those artists to create these works for them. So I understand who my kings and queens are, and those are my clients of today. And there's a few honorable mentions that I want to say thank you to. I'm not going to say last names. I think you all will know who you are, but I want to thank you anyway. Amy and Matt G, Dawn R, Angie Z, Adam B, Jenna M, Jim W, Laura A, and Steve M. Those are just a few of my kings and queens. Some of those people have big, huge pieces, back pieces, arms, sleeves, full socks, the whole 9 yards. So, and then I have my other kings and queens that are, getting little crosses or a butterfly or, you know, whatever fits in their life and what they're needing to reflect in the ways of art. So anyway, um, those are the kings and queens that I want to put a shout out for. And thank you guys for believing in me. Um, as far as the studio is concerned, I do most of my business over Facebook. Most of my contact information, most of my contact with the client before an appointment is done on Facebook. So I want to do a shout out for that. And it's on Facebook. My page is on Facebook, and it's called Got Ink Wyndham, all one word. Got Ink Wyndham at Facebook.com, and I'll put a link to my Facebook page down below also. I do hours by appointment only, so I'm not sitting at the shop waiting for the door to move. So, and it's working fine as far as I'm concerned, and as far as my clients are concerned, I'm not hearing anything that's detrimental to the studio and its functioning. So, also, I have a tendency to go out and surf and look at work, and um, I have put together and have had together a couple of times what I call artist pick albums, and they're photo albums on Facebook, on my Facebook page, of other pieces that I would love to put and do for you and put in my portfolio as something that I've done. So, gosh, I think there's over 300 pictures. I'm not sure off the top of my head of other pieces, other ideas, and if they're all priced, they're all at a discounted price because, like I said, it's something that I want to do um, and get into my portfolio. So I'll put a link to that. It's called my Artist Picks album, and I'll put a link down below so that you can just go ahead and go over there and take a look. What am I talking about, and so forth. So, um, photo albums. I keep hearing that people can't find my work, my portfolio, the things that I have done. So here's a brief description of that. It's at Godding Wyndham at Facebook.com. Go into the photos and then click on photos, and then you'll see at the bottom of what opens up, it says See All Albums. So that's where you want to click. That will take you into all of my albums. And what I've done is I've kept by the year from 2008 on the work that I have done so um, up until 2018. 2018 to now, I have one photo album of the pieces that I've done because I was kind of on hiatus. I kind of left the studio and went to work up at the church with the youth group for a while and so forth. But so I didn't, I did a few and then I wouldn't, and then I did a couple and then I wouldn't. And so that album wasn't worth doing 18, 19, 20, and 21 because there wasn't enough, really to talk about in some of those years. So, you'll find that that's a album unto itself, but I plan on going back to, a photo album for 2022, a photo album for 2023, so on. Okay? So anyway, God Inc. Wyndham, God Inc. Wyndham at Facebook.com. Go into photos, see all albums. Boom. They'll all come open and you'll be able to navigate and carry on and spend as much time as you want looking at what's going on in there. Catch up on the trailer. All right. So, I haven't seen you for a while. The last time you saw me was I was about ready to get into my studio, and that was October 1. From that point on, it was survival, basically. Work as much as I could, get used to what was coming, get ready for what was coming, winter, um, and spending what it was gonna, spending my time going, okay, what can I do? What should I do to stay warm? So, for over the winter. So I've done that. Survived. Woohoo! Anyway, lots of people checking in with me, in those times when the trailer's rocking and the wind's blowing and the snow is coming down. And I was snug as a bug, to be honest with you. So, anyway, um, let's see. The trailer, my life, relationship, without going into a whole lot right now. Um, my trailer is my home. I don't plan on changing that. Uh, my relationship is another whole thing that I'll get into in a little bit here. I have done a walkthrough. I've taken some videos of the trailer. I've realized that there are basically two seasons to my trailer. Warm-ish to hot and warmish to cold. Um, and whether or not my trailer is moving on a regular basis or static. So, in my mind, sitting here right now, I have static living where I don't move the trailer. And then that allows me to, have a few extra things out that doesn't have to be stowed away in 2 weeks because I'm moving. Um, and then there is the movable trailer. My point is that I've taken a video of my static winter trailer, and we'll do that on the next video. I'll go ahead and walk you through what the trailer's like when when it's sitting still and is a static home. And then my plan is take you along with doing a few things in the trailer, because I do want to change a few things now that I've been in here, and um, so I'm going to take you along on all those videos. Turn on a camera and let you walk along, and then we'll just go through that with each other. So you're going to be seeing me put some stuff away and getting ready to be on the move again, as far as the trailer's concerned. So some of the knickknacks and paddywhacks are going to need to be put away, so I don't have to do that anymore. Um, Stories. Okay. Um, COVID. COVID hit. I've been lucky. I have been safe. I've done everything that they've told me to do. And I haven't gotten sick. I'm fully vaccinated and boosted. Um, and here's what I say to that. When people are like, well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, I'm an art major, youth ministry minor. I am not the science kid. So when the science kids all start talking about something, I listen. Okay. And I always have. It's how I got through. It's how I got through all of it in high school and in college, is just know where my talents lie, learn what I need to learn, and those things that hit this thick skull of mine, rely on those that aren't as thick. And I'm totally cool with that. I'm not one to sit around and go, well, do they really know? Do they? You know what? I'm an art major, youth ministry minor. I have no business questioning any of the scientists, whether they're in labs or at the CDC or wherever they might be. This kid's going to listen. I have, and I haven't gotten sick. And I've been around people. There's been a few times when I have shut the studio down just because it's just been so hot, zoned around here. Or, my clients are sick. And so they're like, I can't make my appointment. I'm sick. I've met quite a few clients actually that have been very sick and been in the hospital sick. Um, One young guy told me, and I took him for his word. He spent 14 days in the hospital, and he said there was about twice that he thought, I'm not going to come out of this. Healthy, young man. Um, and it scared him. It scared him pretty good. So I'm glad he's still here. He's one of my kings. And that's not the only reason I'm glad he's here. And it doesn't have anything to do with me, but I know him because of who I am or what I do, and because he's one of my kings. So anyway, the van and the plan. The van, as you know, I've had some reservations about not being in the van and buying a trailer and so forth. Now, I've put a lot of that away because I'm happy. I'm glad that I have the trailer. I'm glad I had the trailer over the winter. Um, so anyway, some of the other things that are going on is I keep a journal, and for the longest time I fought it, but I do keep a weekly journal, and I'm glad I did, because when I was going back to look at some of the things that I could talk to you about, what's happened over the last winter, few months, and so forth. Um, so anyway, that's where I recalled that my two of my siblings um, got COVID. Um, my sister Dawn, and then 3 days later, my sister Beck and her husband Mitch all came down with COVID and was hit really hard and was put. They were hurt. They were hurt. Um, in February, I started taking Greek lessons. You heard me, Greek lessons. I did take a class in college on Greek, and I love the original languages when I'm studying the word. I like to be able to know the Greek behind the New Testament because that's what they were speaking and writing at the time. It was the main language. It's like English to us right now. There's a lot of different people in this nation that speak different dialects and so forth, languages, but English is kind of our standard. That's kind of what Greek was in the first century of the New Testament Bible, and then before that it was in Hebrew because it was the Jewish tribe, the Hebrew tribe that was keeping the stories alive and the traditions alive and all those things when it came to Yahweh, God, our God, Lord and Savior. So at that point, that's where we kind of split, and I kind of like to stay in the New Testament. The power of God is amazing in the Old Testament. Relationship can be understood, and the purpose of it can be understood. But anyway, we'll get into that more later on. I've been told to get a church, start a church of my own. Anyway, so you'll get enough. There's enough just me. I don't need a building and a church and a carrying on. Um, your faith is what you live, and it's every day. So, no, I'm not going to get caught up in all of it. So anyway, let's see if I can read my. I got new tires. I'm very proud of myself because I bought new tires for the van and a new battery. And I put the new battery in myself. Took the old one out, put the new one in. So, but I had somebody else do the tires. Anyway, wow, that made for bad tires made for a very hard winter. Give you an idea, if I had a 1 o'clock appointment, for instance, on any given day, I would open up the trailer door and I would have a flat tire. Um, so I have a little compressor myself. I'd put enough air in it to, be able to go in and to Jackson, and they have there's a station in there that has a big enough compressor for semis. So I would drive in there, fill the tire up, drive to Wyndham, do my appointments, and then come home. And there was one day, when I came out and my tire was flat already. I couldn't. There wasn't anything to do. So that's a story all to itself because Dawn and Bob to the rescue. Thank God. Thank God I have people. Get your community, people. Get your community together, and it's going to be more important going forward than we've ever realized in the past. So um, that's some of the stories that I want to share with you right now. This is getting kind of long, so my plan is to keep working on the van, get the van up and running because that's my travel. My trailer is going to be my home. It's going to be my tiny house. And sometimes it'll go with me, sometimes it won't. So that's my plan without going into too much more. Um, I am going to start talking more and more about one of my best friends that I've had my whole life. Well, since I was 22 years old. I'm 58 now, so my whole life. Uh, his name is Larry, and he lives out in Colorado. He's like my big brother. He is the person that I went and saw last summer. And when I called him with some bad news in February or March last month, um, he was like, all right, this is what we're going to do, which is just so typical for him to be like that. He said he'd already paid off his pickup. He's looking at trailers. And next winter, we are not going to be cold, whatever that means. And I don't want to tell you too much, but we do have plans. And I'm going to bring you along. I'll bring you along. I'm going to bring you along. So, let's see, excursions. Okay, so, excursions. I am going to, when I can afford to, and the gas is crazy, but when I can afford to, I want to get out into Minnesota over this next spring, summer, late fall, and start shooting some videos, go see some things, go share some life. If I'm not in at the shop working, I'm living life. So I'm going to bring you along on all of that. I'm going to start working on the van as soon as the weather. I'm telling you, I'm just biting at the bit. It's like yesterday was beautiful, but I was working, and today it's cold and rainy and windy, and I'm not working. So it will hit me at the right time when it's beautiful outside. I have nothing else to do. Out we go. We're going to go and start. Well, first of all, just get through the van, unpack the van. I have been just throwing stuff in the van all winter long. So that alone is a job in itself. But excursions, I plan on getting out. I plan on going out with the van only and, starting to get the kinks worked out. Channel. The purpose of my channel, I don't know. Some of it, most of it, I don't know. Could be for my own sanity. I don't talk to a lot of people unless I'm in working. Um, and I got to start talking a little bit, communicating a little bit more because there's days I don't shut up. I mean, they sit down and I'm just like blah, 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 blah. So, one, channel, sanity, community, relationships. That's the first one. Second reason is to capture my traveling and to share that with you guys. Um, I want to share my kids, my fur babies. I don't have real kids. They act like children most of the time, but I want to keep you up to date with those guys. Sebastian is an old English sheepdog. He's still with me. Ted, the deadhead cat, wherever he is, he's around. Um, and Mitzi, who's, of course, sitting right here next to me. She never leaves. Anyway, I also want to do some heart tarts. I follow quite a few people on Facebook. Some are Christian based, some are not. And it inspires me, it makes me think outside of my box. And I want to share those things with you. And then basically just chores for the channel.
I didn't understand that.
Just a second. My tablet thinks I'm talking to it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. And I hate it when it thinks that I'm talking to it all of a sudden. Been sitting here talking for how long? Anyway, I know you know. If you have technology in your house, you get it. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hit a thumbs down. Leave some comments in the comment section underneath. Check for any links that I put down there. Let me know what you guys are thinking or what you might want to see me do. I'm open to ideas, and share this video with your family and friends. I don't become real YouTube channel until I have 1,000 subscribers. So share my videos, okay, with your family and friends, and I hope you enjoy it. If not, we'll see you later. If you do, fabulous. We'll see you in a little bit. Next video is going to probably be that walkthrough and moving on. So thanks again for coming. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, you all are uniquely and beautifully made. No one else can be in your shoes, only you. The rest of us are fake you. So know that, love yourself,